Hello and welcome to today's episode of Smut a Girl Wants Book Club, where two best friends talk about normally books that we've just read, but not today.
Today's reviews.
Yeah, but specifically 1-star reviews.
We are doing 1-star reviews of our favorite books and then guessing which books they are.
So I picked books I think you will know.
I picked books we've reviewed.
Oh, that's so much smarter.
I mean, as long as they're books that we both know, it doesn't really matter much.
I think you'll know them. Okay. I feel very confident.
Okay, are they books that I've for sure read?
Yes, 100%. Okay. 100%.
And that's all that matters.
Let me tell you, the 1-star reviews tend to be either
They're
like
funny.
2 sentences or ridiculously long. Like, people who leave 1-star reviews are full of rage. It's amazing. Who should go first? Do you want to rock, paper, scissors for who goes first?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Sure.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, hey.
Okay, go.
Him. Let me say that I adore the fantasy genre, so this is not outside my interest. However, in attempting to write a fairy tale for adults, blank completely missed the mark. Apparently, his idea of what makes a story for adults is generous sprinklings of gore, violence, and sex. Considering that the rest of the story is written with childlike simplicity, these sections are jarring to say the least. Call me a prude, but I don't think words like nipple and thrust really flow well in a fairy tale.
It's fair.
I mean, it's literally what we're trying to do with our profession. Also, I defy any fantasy lover to not flinch in horror at the brutal and gore-spattered murder and subsequent dismemberment of the heroine's unicorn. Pooling bodily fluids? No, thank you. The plot is riddled with fantasy travel cliches. Oh, he slept in a hayloft? How original. And tiresome caricatures. The hero is an unsympathetic clod, and the rare nuggets of interest, such as the lightning pirates and the mysterious Kingdom Brotherhood, are glossed over in a few paragraphs. And for a book that does not flinch from sex, where is the romance? We endure their pedantic bickering the entire book, only to be rewarded with a passionless declaration of love betwixt them by the end. The ending is predictable, yet less than satisfying. The villain escapes justice, and our heroine faces a lonely immortality bereft of her love. Not exactly the stuff happy endings are made of.
Stardust.
Yes. I thought
the lightning pirates
really gives it away.
Yeah.
But I was like, dang.
What first confused me was it refers to the author as a he, and I was like, when have we recently read a book that was written by a man?
I just knew you loved this one, and I was like, she'll know immediately.
I love the movie.
You don't like the book?
I don't dislike the book.
Who are you?
The book is just, it's not as dear to me.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
It actually has pretty good reviews online, but...
Well, the ending is entirely different. Did you read it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've only ever seen the movie.
Yeah, the ending is a little different. The characters themselves are less like sympathetic and heroic than they are in the movie.
I just couldn't get over the like fantasy using the words nipple and thrust, and I was like, yeah, crazy. Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, I do find that sometimes a little jarring.
Those aren't the words that I find jarring. To each their own. Like, we've had a full conversation of like words that give me the ick.
Sometimes I've noticed that like certain words are used that are derived from very modern things. And so, like someone's... Oh, what was one that...
Pussy.
Yeah. I was thinking more like also that. But, like, words that are, like, terms that derive from, like, specific technology. Like, it pinged something in my brain. Or, like, certain things like that. Like, certain types of phrases. Like, these people use chamber pots. So, okay. Did not finish 30%.
Okay.
Another viral book talk book that doesn't live up to the hype for me. Shock. If you're happy with fantasy on Ozempic, not getting the full picture with detail, but heavy on romance, you might like this, providing you can get past the clunky writing and cringy dialogue. Oh, and the MMC being called blank, who is not a Pokemon with that name. Politics forms such a huge part of a fantasy plot, and if you don't understand the world and why it's the way it is, I'm out. I actually prefer romance as a subplot, I'm realizing. So part of this is a personal preference.
Yes, apparently. All the 1-stars are personal preferences, let me tell you.
It should elevate a fantasy, but in these popular romantasy books, the fantasy is sacrificed to give way for the romance, by which point I don't give a fuck about. The world. Why does the queen oppress the civilians from blank? Rather than ration their water...
Oh, I know which one this is.
And food. If she's afraid the rebels are working with the Fae, why doesn't she just wipe them out already? How does she even become queen? She rations water, but not alcohol? Why would the queen do that? How is a tavern packed and if there's a water ration?
Never occurred to me.
Why are they making the alcohol? Why would the queen allow it? No sense was made.
point.
How is the FMC murdering 2 trained queen guards and throwing 3 of them when she's dehydrated, doesn't eat properly, and was kicked in the ribs in the previous chapter? I'm expected to accept this, and then it will make sense when I find out she's got powers, or she's half whatever, magical creature at 80%. The FMC, she didn't know when to shut the fuck up. Utterly insufferable, she needed a mute button. I couldn't connect with her at all. She had 0 internal struggle. Sure, she grew up in poverty and wished for a better future, but because it wasn't fleshed out enough, it didn't make her relatable or humble. Instead, she yapped on and thought she knew best. I barely understood her actions. Her behavior was confusing. She opened that portal because what's a bit more suffering? What? Also super selective on when she gave a shit about her brother. Blank didn't talk like a fae who was thousands of years old. The banter he had with the FMC was immature and became sexual so quickly. Saying he was knocked for a 6, a cricket reference, super, and cliff notes took me right out of the story. It wasn't appropriate given the setting of the book.
They said cliff notes in that book?
Because that was one of the ones that pulled me out. I remember that.
I don't even remember that.
There was so much telling over showing. I couldn't get on with it. Not a vibe.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's, I feel like we know which one that was.
Quicksilver.
Yes.
Wow.
I know. So that was one of the ones I remember because I remember reading it and them saying, I'll give you the cliff notes. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. Because cliff notes, yeah.
Somebody should have
It's lazy editing.
Lazy editing.
Someone didn't
Because they're trying to pump books out.
Yeah.
Okay. This was my first physical purchase of the year, and I'm already regretting it. The only thing that it will be used for is display purposes. Our heroine has only a few things that she's able to excel at: whining, complaining, being a nuisance, and making the most idiotic decisions ever. Let's start with how she feels affection for the man who killed her parents. Revolting, I know. Wait, don't worry, she has boundaries. That means she doesn't love him too much. She is repetitive AF, she thinks her twin sister is helpless, and that she has to protect her. She should have absorbed her in the womb. She lets her man, the twin, lets her man cheat to prove their love. I didn't understand the whole heroine and what's his name. Bum ass bully. Vanishes for a good portion of the book, then reappears near the end, and we're supposed to care why? Our heroine has an opportunity to finally get the revenge she's always wanted, but she has a change of heart just because his brother roughed him up and he's got daddy issue. Because all good fae try to drown you, demean you, humiliate you, and see you only as dirt. Yeah, he's a good old guy.
Oh.
There's no tension or slow burn between these two troglodytes. He hates you. You hate him. Okay. The most reasonable thing to do is smooch his stank, acidic, unwashed, wine-fueled, repugnant, vile mouth. Just because he's fae doesn't mean his mouth pH doesn't get all nasty after all that liquor. Like I said, these people are full of rage. The killer part-time father is someone who preaches about honor while betraying kings and obsessing over war. He dips his cap in the blood of his enemies. How frightening, said no one ever. He loves his cap so much he probably sleeps with it on some nights, like it's his emotional support blankie. He tries to get his 7-year-old to be king. Just because he has some royal blood doesn't mean that these dark Power Ranger bunny fae folk are going to submit to a child who apparently looks like he should be in a Lucky Charms commercial. They're magically delicious. It just reminds me of a really bad fae-based reality show with some budget bloodshed and zero tension. Sigh. It's disappointing to say the least. There's nothing wrong with me. It's the book's fault. I couldn't get over that last bit.
Okay.
Oh my God, it just killed me.
The Cruel Prince.
Yeah. That one I was like, I can't. I tried to like cut down some of these because they're long. And I was like, this is so good.
It's so angry.
So angry.
I also disagree.
I know. I mean,
because Holly Black's fae are like fae.
They're fae. They're not like sexy humans with pointy ears.
Oh my God. I feel like if you go from say like A Court of Thorns and Roses to The Cruel Prince,
it's quite the shift.
Yes, yeah. Whereas I went the other way.
That's one of the things I like about the Holly Black books is that the fae are very much like based on our fae folklore.
Yes, yeah. Whereas I find like my thing with like A Court of Thorns and Roses, at the beginning there is the like don't eat what they offer you and like that kind of thing, which is like part of like a lot of like fae folklore.
Like it's based on real folklore.
Yeah,
which is
but like a lot of those books, it gets forgotten really quickly. And then they're just hot guys with pointy ears.
I know. Which, like,
which
not the worst. It's
not
just
a complaint. Maybe
it's a
just
different,
like make them a different race.
Yeah, it's a different fantasy.
Yes.
It's a different kind of fantasy, but still fantasy.
Yeah. Whereas, like, Carden in Holly Black's
the
books,
levels of names this person used for Carden, too. It's like Carden, Cardigan, Carrion.
Hilarious.
It was hilarious.
But what I like about it is Carden is beautiful, but he's, like, otherworldly beautiful. Like, he's a little, like, alien. Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of... Not everything needs to be beautiful.
Not everything needs to be beautiful.
Okay. Let's see. Oh my God. Words cannot express how much I couldn't stand this book or the characters. MMC tries so hard to be dangerous and edgy, and that's honestly so embarrassing for him. FMC.
That's honestly like really embarrassing for you.
Also could be any of the MMCs.
Yeah.
FMC.
Does not narrow it down.
Also, this could be a lot of the FMCs. FMC is utterly useless the whole time in a way that's so pathetic. I couldn't tell you why people feared him or why she was infatuated with this man. Are we seriously giving him brownie points because he told some man that she can wear whatever she wants? The bar is roasting far down in the pits of hell. I had no idea this was urban fantasy, but what do I know? Is that a bootleg wannabe copy of both ACOTAR and Crescent City? 0 points for originality, clearly. I'm not even someone who thinks everything is trying to copy Sarah J. Maas, but this has literally the same scenes from those books. I seriously had no idea what the hell was even going on the whole time. The world building and plot made no sense. I was so confused, and that, paired with the fact that FMC and MMC had no chemistry, was working my nerves 7,000 feet underground. The whole thing felt sloppy and misdirected. I didn't like the writing in general either. It also wasn't helping that FMC is a virgin, and MMC acts like a sleazy, condescending jerk every chance he gets. It's screaming romantic. This book was way too long for no reason. I started skimming pages at the end. Didn't miss so much, so I don't think I care.
Oh my God. I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue.
I was laughing because one of the complaints is a complaint you had about the book.
I feel like is it the wearing whatever they want sort of thing? Because that, I don't know.
The complaint that you had also was the first time trope.
The thing is, we've read so many books, so I know it's one of the ones we've reviewed, but I don't know it.
It's City of Gods and Monsters.
Of course.
It could be so many of them. Like the male character is like so edgy and like broody, and then the female main character is useless.
She's so useless.
She really is useless.
She's so useless in that book. Oh my God.
But like, I don't know, Darian still has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I know you love him.
I do.
Okay. What the hell just happened? Meet our heroine. She's insecure to the point of being laughable, klutzy, even though she only trips twice in the entire book, and a complete ditz. She's a virgin, of course, who's never taken any sexual interest in anyone before. Right.
I think I know what this is.
I bet you do. At one point, she thinks putting her hair in pigtails will keep her safe from our hero's lusty advances. She flushes constantly and on several occasions refers to her hoo-hoo naughty place as down there. Meet our hero. He's misogynistic, self-loathing, abusive piece of shit. Apparently, his only redeeming qualities are, in this order, his ridiculous good looks, his money, and his giant penis. Most of the time, he's serious, brooding, and threatening, though the author tries to sell us on the character's charm by waxing hormonal about how ridiculously good-looking he is. About 15% of the way through this book, I found something to help keep me going. I went back and counted and kept track throughout the book. Our heroine says, "Oh my," in this monumentally bad missive 79 times. He pulled me back against his chest. Oh my. He began kissing a trail down my belly. Oh my. He's an insufferable douche nozzle. Oh my. I'm just thankful that neither lions, tigers, nor bears were brought into this mess at any point. She is constantly saying / thinking, crap, crap. Holy crap, double and triple crap, oh crap, this crap, that crap. Don't even get me started on the words inner goddess. Since this is considered nothing more than mommy porn, there's nothing revolutionary here, and a lot of it is just plain unrealistic. I mean, come on. He pretty much jackhammers her hymen, and she walks away with nothing more than a pleasant soreness? Right. How about the time he gives her a hand job with a soapy washcloth? He's never heard of a UTI? Or her first time giving him a blowjob, during which she established herself as some kind of queen of deep throat. We're supposed to believe that this girl has gone 21 years with 0 sexual partners? Well, our hero's supposed sexual prowess makes a bit more sense now, as does her assertion that he has a giant baloney wand. Things could be the size of a baby carrot, and she'd still be like, oh my glob, how is it ever going to fit? It's good that she's stockpiled all those potential orgasms, though, because now she's capable of having like 15 a day or something. It's ridiculous. It's this kind of ignorant trash that sets feminism back decades. This is not a book about BDSM. This is a book about one sick, abusive man and his obsession with a young, naive invertebrate. It's a book about a girl who has absolutely no sense of self, who sacrifices any pretense of individuality in order to hold on to a man who doesn't even show her the faintest glimmer of respect. It's about 2 attention-starved individuals with the emotional maturity of toilet paper convincing themselves that their relationship is like the best thing ever. OMG.
50 Shades of Grey.
Absolutely.
What's really funny is the first 3 sentences where like you were describing having no desire for anyone else. I was like Twilight. But which
honorable mention.
Yeah.
Now, I do also want to include, though, this one has a word count. I'm going to include it for you. She says, oh my, 79 times. She says crap 101 times.
That's absurd.
Murmur or murmurs 202 times.
Oh my God.
Whisper/Whispers, 199.
Yeah.
Inner Goddess, 58. Subconscious, 82.
Oh my God. Which is funny because so many times in both shows and books, it gets critiqued how much a concept comes up. And then if someone goes back and looks at it, they're like, it's actually only came up like twice. But
I know we've done that.
like repetitive can be jarring, even if it's only twice. So then you go, it happened so many times.
I think it's
whereas this was like constant.
I feel like it's probably like a pattern recognition thing.
Yeah.
Like you start to notice things that keep happening over
Yeah.
and over again. And so when it happens, like after 3 is when you really start to notice it.
Yeah.
And so when they're saying things like, which was it? Whispers 199 times, like that's a lot.
Just choose another word. There are
There's
other
so many
words out
other
there.
words. Like, let us gift E.L. James a thesaurus for Christmas.
I think she can afford one.
I think she can afford one at this point.
I don't think she cares.
I wrap it in a little chain. Do you think she'll
Yeah.
like it more? Okay,
Okay, ready. Don't waste your time with this book. The formatting and the writing here were horrendous. Most paragraphs in this book are 3 to 4 lines long. It's like the author is incapable of stringing more than 4 to 5 sentences together. The plot was ridiculous. A lot of elements didn't make sense, and a lot of things happened with no good explanation as to how it happened or why it happened. There were annoying time skips. For example, there is one instance where the FMC is going through a set of games, in some aspects very reminiscent of the Hunger Games, and we don't get to see the ending of the games. The chapter just ends, and the next chapter is set 2 days after the games. It felt like the author actively avoided writing any scene that might be a little harder to write. The FMC character was annoying and inconsistent. For instance, she describes herself as a pessimist and claims she always expects the worst from people. Other characters agree with her. Yet she trusts this one girl who is very obviously trying to set her up, and it takes her a minute to realize. The love interest was also annoying and inconsistent. He treats her like shit, then comes on to her and gets annoyed when she doesn't believe he has wanted her from the moment he first saw her. Again, don't waste your time with this book. It reads like a fanfic of Harry Potter, The Hunger Games, and Zodiac Academy, except I have read fanfics with better formatting and writing than this. P.S. I'll probably read the next book in the series because I'm just too curious for my own good.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so my immediate guess was Phantasma.
No.
I didn't think so because I was like, no, they didn't do the 2 days later.
No.
And there's no way it's alchemized because those paragraphs are too long. It's not on Wings. No, it's not on Wings of Blood. Is it on Wings of Blood?
Yeah, it is.
Oh!
Yeah.
That one makes sense.
Yes.
Because it does kind of have a game-like quality,
Yeah.
but you know what? It was my first guess, and then I like psyched myself out. It was within the first paragraph when you were like, there's no good explaining as to how it happens or what's happening.
Yeah.
I was like, that was my biggest complaint.
Yeah,
That
there's a
whole
lot of,
book
like,
is,
stuff happening.
Decisions are
Right.
getting made, and nobody is sharing reason
I agree.
whatsoever.
Yes.
It drove me crazy.
Yes, I agree with that.
Well, that's it for this surprise episode of 1-star reviews of books we, I think, pretty much adored.
Have read.
Have read. You'll love a good, harsh critique. It's honestly quite creative.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you next time when we talk about something smutty and delicious.
That was fun.
That was good.